Hey beer tubers, Ryan here, back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me. Gonna be looking at another beer from Fantome from Belgium. This is, I'm not sure if it's Hiver or Hiver, but this is one of their many farmhouse ales. Comes in at 8%, almost like every other single beer they do. So let's get the cap off, and I'll have to get the cork out, and we'll come back for the pour. Ooh, nice pop on that one, and it's ready to come out. Well, actually it's staying in there pretty good, but there's definitely a lot of high carbonation, completely opposite of the bottle I had of regular Fantome Saison, so it's good to see this one's carbonated and my luck's changed. Should look nice in this tulip glass. Yeah, just a really hazy orange color. Probably some yeast in there, good amount of carbonation, got over about 1.5 fingers of bright white head on it. Let's get the aroma. Not getting a whole lot on the aroma. There's certainly the house yeast character that they use. I mean, it's very floral though, I would say. It's a very light, like you get a little bit of a nice kind of biscuit malt sweetness. Get a little bit of spiciness, kind of bit of like a clove note. Just mainly really floral, fragrant kind of aroma. Touch of that sort of Belgian kind of funk character that kind of comes with the house yeast strain. But smells pretty good. Let's dig in. Cheers. Yeah, it tastes really refreshing, really nice. Definitely a nice example of it. It's not quite as radical as maybe some of the other variations they do on the farmhouse ale, but it's so far it's drinking really nice. I need to let it warm up a bit more in the glass, but it's very so far very traditional, and I'm not sure what they're quite using in this one, but it's certainly on the floral side for a Saison. So up front on this beer, you get a lot of that carbonation attacking your palate, which is kind of nice because it helps kind of clean the tongue out before you start drinking. And up front, I actually get a lot of sweetness. That sweet biscuit note comes forward. Slight bit of like a toffee note in there, kind of underneath it, to add a little bit of flavor. And then the back end, it's kind of where your typical Saison comes into play. It has a nice drying character. It's a nice medium body, probably medium light, except for the carbonation level kind of makes it seem a little thicker mouthfeel than it is. I get a big floral note on this beer. I poured in a little bit more, got a little more yeast in there. Not quite getting as much funkiness as the regular Saison, but you get a little bit of that kind of drying, wet hay thing. You get some like stone fruits, like an apricot character to it. But the floral note I think is dominant on this one, along with the little hints of spice as well. Drinking on some more, I pick up a little bit of like a sweet red apple note to it. There's some other kind of fruitiness in there that's kind of not quite standing out. But it's a great drinking beer, 8%. You don't really taste the alcohol, can't smell it, but you kind of start to feel it if you drink it a little too fast. But it's another really well done beer from Fantome. This one's just you know, it's not quite as wacky as some of their other stuff like the chocolate one or some of those other beers. This is a little more straightforward with its character, which is great though because it's excellent beer. So grading wise with this one, I want to go A-. I think it's excellent beer. It's not quite as good up to the regular Saison, which I think kind of takes some of these flavors to a different level. This one, I'm not quite getting that yeast character as much and the uniqueness as that Saison, but still another excellent beer from Fantome, and I think it's a little bit of a different label than the past versions of Hiver or Hiver, however you pronounce it. Please let me know if you do know how to pronounce it. But anyway, it's going to wrap up this review. Until next time, please comment, subscribe. Cheers.